Welcome back to Technology Review. I'm your host, Mac Jackson Jr. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Technology Review TV. Remember to give us a thumbs up, like our page. We'll appreciate it. You can find us also on Twitter, twitter.com/Mac Jackson Jr. That's twitter.com/Mac Jackson Jr. Or go to my website at macjacksonjr.com. That's macjacksonjr.com. Register your name and your email address, and you'll receive a free report on identity theft reports. Identity theft report, information that you can use on identity theft. Absolutely. In this segment, we call the new tech gadgets. These are gadgets that you have in your personal and business life for more productivity, but also gadgets and apps that you should have on your smart device to give you that extra layer of protection and mitigation from cybercrimes and cyber thieves. The first one I'd like to start off with is a app that you should have on your smart device to track and store and collect information that's related to you, your private information, such as PDF files, bank statements, financial information, passwords, photos, all the information that you track and store. You can use a program called Evernote that will save your information to the cloud. And yes, the cloud is safe. For now, the cloud is safe. And you can have all your information saved up to the cloud. The program is called Evernote, EVERNOTE.com, from evernote.com, a great program to use. It's very similar to another product called Dropbox. Those who are not familiar with Dropbox, it's like having an additional hard drive on your smart device, but rather than having it physically on your smart device, you'll have a virtual hard drive. And that hard drive is located in the cloud from a company called Dropbox. And you can access that folder from any of your smart devices, giving you additional file storage space, which is great, but also you can share your information amongst all of your different smart devices, as well as collaborate with coworkers and others by giving them access to certain folders within a folder. And yes, very, very secure with passwords. So definitely check out that product, and that's called Dropbox. You can find it at dropbox.com. There's two versions. There's a free version, and there is a corporate pro version as well. Two programs definitely you should check out. All right, so looking at your smart device, let's talk about some apps you should have on it. When you're at work or at home, you have a laptop or a desktop. I bet most of you out there, because a lot of you are my clients, you will have at least an antivirus software on your laptop or your desktops, right? Okay, that's very good and fine, and you should, because antivirus software will keep you updated on the latest hack attacks that are going on in our society, and it will locate those on your hard drive, isolate them, and disinfect or remove them from your smart devices, which is great, right? What about your smartphones? A lot of you do not have antivirus software on your smartphones, and you should. The new latest hack attacks that are coming by hackers out there are using the smart devices to get to your data by putting malware on your device or putting spoofing programs while you're clicking into your bank or you're on one of the social media applications. So it's very important that you have antivirus software on your smart device. These antivirus software programs are easy. You'll find them in your iStore or iTunes, that is, or you'll find them on the Google Store. Take a look at them. There's from McAfee to Symantec and others alike. There's another one called Lookout. What they'll do is they'll scan your apps that you install on your computer and your smart device and let you know if these apps are safe. So definitely check those out. Also, backup and restore. How many of you have a backup and restore policy or a plan, if you would? If you lost your phone or your smart device, what would you do? Would you just call up one of your service providers and say, hey, my phone is lost, can you restore all my data? Are you aware that you have to do some techniques first on your own before that information can be done? We don't usually pay attention to these things until after the fact. We become more of a reactive than a proactive. So become more proactive, folks, meaning that make sure you have a process set up or a set of steps that you have been trained on with your service provider or Go to YouTube or online, find out how your phone works, but make sure you understand how to back up all your phone numbers and back up your text message and your information. It's very, very important to do that, because if you lost your phone, especially nowadays, it's a loss of information. And again, it goes back to my original premise. Information is the new currency. Information, it's worth lots of money, so make sure that you have that information protected with your smart devices. Okay, so we talked antivirus software, we talked about making backups of your phone. Very, very important. Within your organization, you should make sure you have a proper password policy, as well at home as well. A password policy. In other words, you have a password to a website that you visit on a consistent basis. That password needs to be changed in intervals, such as for 60 to 90 days. You should have the same password for years and years and years used for your system. You should be able to change those passwords, and there are programs that allow you to do that. But before we talk about those programs, let me tell you about some of my clients out there, what they actually do when they are using their passwords. They're writing them down on pieces of paper, folks, and putting it in a notebook, and then taking that notebook home or having it in their drawers of their office desk. Really? That information is extremely important. I was talking to a company recently here that had an order form on a piece of paper that they went to the printer and had an order form set up. And at the bottom of the order form, right, you're buying their product, the bottom of the order form has a section where you can enter your name, address, credit card number, expiration date, and 3-digit CSV code. Really? I've explained to them that paper that currently right now it's blank, has those fields on it. Currently that paper means nothing. But once they put a credit card information of one of their customers on that piece of paper, they have created currency, folks. It's information. That piece of paper, it now becomes information. After they give the card back to their customer or on the telephone and they write the information down and have that information on a piece of paper, that piece of paper becomes valuable. I'll tell you how much that paper is worth. That piece of paper that was worth $0 after the credit card information was in it regarding that customer, that piece of paper has the value now of the maximum amount of limit to that customer's credit card. That's correct, folks. The maximum amount limit. So if you were that customer that bought a product from that particular merchant who wrote your information on a piece of paper, and your credit card has a $5,000 credit limit, guess what that blank piece of paper that now has your information on it is worth? $5,000. So if you're a business owner and you're collecting a stack of these from your customers, you now have a stack of 8.5 by 11 inch order forms with information about your customers, their credit card information. What do you do with it? You take it back to your office, process their orders. Then what do you normally do with those documents? You file them away, right? You attach an invoice to them and file them in a file cabinet. You need to treat that blank piece of paper, as soon as they sign their name to it or you write down a credit card in it, you just created currency, folks. You created currency. You need to take that information and secure it within a lockbox, perhaps, where it's secured, or have it next to you, and do not lose it or keep it out of your sight until that piece of paper, listen to me carefully, until that piece of paper is destroyed. That's right, folks, destroyed. After you've processed your transaction, you need to take that piece of paper and shred it and get rid of it, because that customer's information that you have on it is worth value. It's very, very, very valuable to cyber hackers. So again, if you're collecting information from your customers and you're written it down on a piece of paper, you have created currency. That's why you, as a business owner, are responsible for any negligent activity that happens to that customer. They can come back to you and say, you were the reasons why my account was hacked, because my data was stolen and you were the weakest link, the last part of the link. You don't want to be that way. So the best way to do this, folks, protect yourself, is to have proper procedures set in. And we'll talk more about that in our next segment. We'll be right back after these messages.